Soapy Cauldron. So today I am going to be making Gryffindor soap. I don't know why it has intimidated me so long, but it has. I just feel like Gryffindor, everybody wants to be in Gryffindor, everybody relates to Gryffindor, and it's Harry Potter's house. So if you're gonna do a soap, you have to do it correctly. So I guess that's why I've been intimidated, but the first thing that we're gonna do is pour our lye water into our oils. And for those of you that have mentioned that you're allergic to nuts, this has no nuts in it. Instead of sweet almond oil, it has castor oil, so I substituted that out for y'all. And then my lye water has kaolin clay, so it should be really soft and smooth. So let's pour that in and get to mixing. Just right down the stick blender to prevent any air bubbles from forming. Okay. Okay, that looks about right. So the first thing we're going to do is pour off enough to set aside for some soap frosting. And we're going to pour that off first. Okay. And then we're going to set that off to the side. Okay, so Gryffindor colors are scarlet and gold, and I have those colors pulled and set and ready. But what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to make stripes out of this soap. So I'm actually going to split the batter off into 4 equal batches and work with each batch one at a time. Okay, so that looks about equal. The first thing we're going to do is start with our scarlet. So we're going to set these 3 off to the side and work with this one. Okay, so the color today that we are going to be using is this really pretty scarlet red color, and I'm just going to put it in the bowl, most of it, if not all of it. Just depends on how much is in here. I think we'll do about half. And see what that whips up. Alright, that looks great. And the fragrance oil that I'm going to be using is by Crafter's Choice, and it is called Spiced Cranberry. So I'm going to put just a little bit in each of the 4, so just that much. Okay. And then I'm going to mix that by hand and pour it into the mold. Okay, mold in place. First color. Make sure it's all stirred up. All right. First color going in. Straight in. This probably is going to set up fairly quickly, so I'll be able to set the gold on top pretty quick because this is already pretty gloopy, so that's good news. Okay. All right, now that it's in, I'm just gonna tap it till it goes even everywhere. Okay, and then I'm gonna give it a few minutes to set up and do the next layer. Okay, so the next layer is set up, so we're gonna add some gold, and my batter is very firm, so I'm going to attempt to stick blend it. I don't know if that's gonna work. We're gonna have to move pretty quickly from here on out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little bit of fragrance oil, and we are gonna stir it up and hope for the best. Thick. I think I can just pour it straight on in, but I am going to make sure nothing splits that other layer. But I think we're going to be good, because see, it's just like glooping out. It's not at all liquid anymore. I don't know what happened, but it'll be okay. The great news is that we can just keep on going, and I don't have to worry about taken time to set up. Okay, that's all in place. I'm just gonna scrape out the bowl, tap it down, and move on to the next layer. Just gonna tap it down. Trying to get the layers as even as possible. Tap it down, get it evened out. And I'm gonna keep on working and I'll come back when it's time to ice it. All right, so our soap frosting is actually like the perfect consistency for me to go ahead and start piping. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not really sure what happened to this batter, but it is set up so quickly. I'm not that mad, except for the fact that it's just a little stressful and I had to work quick, but I think overall it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to put some gloves on because lately I've been having issues with the soap frosting getting everywhere, and it's dry, so you know, it hurts. Load up our tiny little frosting bag that I think still has some green in it from another soap, but this will be the bottom layer, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, let it all come down, twist it, and let's see what we got. Big, fluffy, pillowy, perfect clouds. Okay, I'm gonna keep frosting and I'll come back when it's time to decorate the top. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, everything is nice and frosted. I had to move quickly, but I think it ended up okay. It probably will not be as white as most of the frostings that I usually do, and the reason is because it didn't blend up very well. It was a very, very thick soap, and I think the reason is because I added a lot of kaolin clay, and they do say that kaolin clay accelerates your batter, so I think that's what happened, and I'll do definitely less next time. But the last thing that I need to do is to add the little gumballs that I made. So they're right here. I made little gumballs, and then I'm just gonna put them along the top ridge of the soap. So one. Hopefully this did not move around too much and I have nice, even, straight layers. I don't know if I will or won't until I come back tomorrow to cut it. So I'm gonna let it rest for 18 to 24 hours, and then I'll come back and of course I will show you how I cut it. So stick around. All right, so after I shut the camera off, I went back and I sprayed a ton of gold glitter, and don't worry, it's all completely biodegradable, eco-friendly glitter. And then I also had some mica left in the bag, not a ton, but it just kind of sprinkled it across the top. And I kind of love the way that this looks because it has the gold and the scarlet in there, so I cannot wait to cut this. Okay, we're back and it is time for the moment of truth. Did the soap turn out? I think it did, but let's cut it and see. So as always, we're gonna cut a little end piece as a sample. So let's do that now and pray my stripes worked. They did, I'm so excited. I've never really done good stripes before, so pretty stoked at how that turned out. So let's keep cutting and praying that all of my stripes still look as good as that one. Okay, they're not perfect, but I'm not mad about them. Yes, I said I'm not mad about them because I'm not mad. I think it's great. I think mad would be the wrong word anyways. I'm not upset. Let's say that. Okay, this is the second one. Oh, that one's not as great. Oh well. It is what it is now, and nothing's perfect, right? Nothing should be perfect for sure, but certainly isn't today. Oh well. Okay, well, lesson learned. I don't know that I will ever be good with stripes, but we'll just keep trying because practice makes perfect. Oh, man, these are getting worse and worse as I cut into them. Okay. Just gotta line it up, make sure I'm not cutting into anything. I love the colors though. I love the gold and the red. I love how those look, so I think that looks great. Definitely not a huge fan of how poorly the stripes seem to have worked, and I had such high hopes when I took it out of the mold too, but it's not the end of the world. And I can tell you that regardless of what the stripes look like, this is one of the best fragrances that I've ever used. Like, I am obsessed with how good this smells. It smells incredible. I love it. It's cranberry spice, which, I mean, if you've watched the video this far, you've seen that I use cranberry spice, but that one's pretty bad as far as stripes go, but the scent smells really good, so it kind of makes up for how bad the stripes are, in my opinion anyways, because it's pretty darn good. That's a decent one. I'm not sure. We'll have to just keep practicing with stripes. Maybe not do something quite so important next time as the Hogwarts house stripe, but we'll just keep practicing. There, that one looks great. Anyways, all right, thanks for watching the stripes. See, like, this one looks so good, but this of course is just going to be a sample, so I wish they all would have turned out like this. I think they're great. They smell great. I'm not mad about it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.